Jetzt können wir wieder fahren. Das war der Pool.
Pakistan kommer till Hamburg. Det blir en av de other people.
Weiter mit der nächsten Vorfahrt.
Wann?
Wie weiter?
5 Minuten.
Wer
kommt jetzt?
Das reichen wir gleich noch nach, aber es dauert zumindest 5.
Okay.
Oh, schon mal nass davor. Riecht alles ein bisschen nach Hund.
Ah, was hast du für einen Hund?
Labrador.
Das ist doch nicht jetzt hier.
Nicht nur diese rote Picke. Ja, mal eine ja. Einmal noch hier in die Richtung.
And get a spatial idea of the ground conditions. You can see the layer structure of the ground. We can see gas deposits that made of the geoenvironment. You can see old river structures from the ice age on the ground. And from time to time, we even find old shipwrecks that are buried in the soil and have not yet been discovered. This device is, by the way, also used by your country. In the second step, we would like to know it more precisely. We're using cone penetration tests by pushing this instrumented cone into the soil and measure the density. So we get an idea if we're dealing with hard or with soft ground conditions. In a third step, we would like to know it exactly. We are performing sampling drilling and obtain soil samples like you can see it here. The main component in the German North Sea of the soil consists of densely packed sandy soil, and that's ideal, almost perfect for the construction of offshore wind farms. The sandier the soil we discover, the happier we are. You can install the foundations and also fail. Anyhow, from time to time, we find boulders or clay layers that make it difficult to construct an offshore wind farm, or let's say, give engineers a special thought. All the soil samples are sent into a laboratory to perform a variety of tests, like the triaxial test. All the data that we gain is summarized in a geological model. For illustration, we have here a 3D model, and this gives the engineers an idea of where they can find favorable soil conditions to construct the offshore wind farm. The GSH is not only gaining data for the soil investigation or preliminary soil investigation,
long 18 wife. She's capable of work for firefighting So then I start a little bit with my presentation. So my name is Albrecht. I'm nearly 10 years here working as a master for our federal waterways agency. Our administration is actually only to ship, and we are responsible for all waterways, inland and shore-going. So we take care about the safety and the efficiency of maritime traffic. Shore-based, we monitoring, and even in the key channel, we control the traffic. Our task is to maintain, new build waterways and all necessary construction. For example, in Brunsbüttel, there is now a big construction site. We're building a new lock for the key channel. And the maintenance work is the most important to keep the waterways the necessary depth. So we have to dredge every time to make a safe navigation for the ships, especially for rivers like Elbe, and we can reach easily Hamburg. Okay, we take also a small part for maintenance work. So we have some buoys to care for this. We have to clean it, we have to check if this buoys, this marks the river, if they are in good condition. And we are also acting as a shipping police, emergency police. Okay, the daily work is, as I told you, a maritime police and refurbishing ferries. But the main purpose of this vessel and these three sister ships is to assist in any kind of emergency, maritime emergency. So we also recover oil pollution from the sea surface or remove obstruction out of the water. Obstruction can be maybe lost cargo, like containers, like wood, even trunks. Sometimes the River Elbe is floating down some trees with roots. Yeah. The extensive energetic use of the North Sea will rise the risk for more incidents. So we can expect following troubles. A ship who is moving close nearby a wind park and losing its engine or steering power, maybe get drifting towards the wind farm. And also there are a lot of constructions like converter units, maybe they catch fire, they have some insured people on deck, and maybe we can assist also in this emergencies. Another thing is oil slick drifting into the wind pool. For all these scenarios, our multi-purpose vessel is actually quite good equipped, and our workforce is very good on board. All the people are very motivated actually, and then we can assist and handle this. At present, we have a new building program in progress. 3 vessels of our fleet will be replaced within the next 1.5 years. These ships will be longer and they have a wave-cutting bow. We have the possibility to break ice, but our bow on the water hull is like an iron. We more matching the ice than not cutting through. So this big improvement gives us a better possibility to reach the accident site in a shorter time. And this will be also very useful if our neighbor countries like you ask us for assistance. And we can reach your problem site, your emergencies in faster time. Have you so far any questions?
How big is the team on board here?
We are normally 16 people,
Okay.
so then we can handle every emergency. On a normal movement of the ship, we need only maybe 4 or 5 people. But if you have an emergency for towing, maybe, or recovering oil, we need more manpower. And even for the daily job, we are normally laying these buoys for marking the rivers. We need all hands, because sometimes we're doing this normally once a year. Then these buoys have a big growing of muscles and plants. This weights maybe.
So how many days during a year do you have at sea?
We have I have 2 colleagues. We're doing a shift change every week.
Okay.
So we're working 1 week on the vessel, and then we have 1 week off. Then we have 1 week for maybe going to some trainings, or if somebody gets sick, we have to go on. So this ship is actually 24/7. That means it should be always available in case of emergencies and whatever. One shot view, we have here a model of the new building. With the new one? Yeah, this is the new building. It's 35 meters longer, 105 meters. And modern. And this is powered by LNG. So, I have to pass you to the next.
Sorry. Is this ship shared with our European neighbors? Is there any cooperation between the Netherlands, Norway, Belgium, other North Sea neighbors?
Yeah, we have this bilateral communication agreement exercises like that. We're doing 1 or 2 every 2 years exercise with Norway and all and Denmark. Yeah. But if they're asking us, then we're moving directly to the sea and we're also fighting help to assist. The ship was, for example, in for the coast of Spain in the late 90s for fighting air pollution of and the cooperation is with the Coast Guard? Yeah. With the Coast Guard. Later on we will met the other state institute. They coordinating this communication. We get informed if there's an incident, and then we give us whether the ship will hand over.
Yes, so good day. My name is Chancellor. I'm from the Federal Maritime and Hydrographic Agency, Germany. I'm the Director of Spatial Planning, and I'm supposed to tell you a little bit about the agency and the progress we've made so far on the North Sea declarations. So our agency is the prime authority for deploying of drones in Germany. We do everything under one roof, starting from maritime spatial planning, going to the sites development plan, and then of course site investigation, you heard a little bit about that before, then approval procedure, as well as operational monitoring. This is brief commercial on our agency. Let's move a little bit on to the North Sea as a whole. You have given us in the 2023 Iceland Declaration the task to deploy 300 gigawatts by 2050. Very ambitious task, and this is to present to you our best estimate, our best guess of all the experts in the North Sea Energy Corporation. What is the progress so far? Where are we? And you can see, again from the database collected by all the colleagues, that we have made a lot of progress. That by 2030, for example, we expect 151 gigawatts to be in various stages of development. You see the blue ones are approval, operation, and so on. The maroon ones are more like in the developmental and tendering stage. And then by 2035 plus, we are about at 190 gigawatts. which leaves us still with the task to find space for 100 gigabits more, which is not easy. And I only have time to tell you 2 reasons why this is not easy, but one of the main reasons is shipping.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You can
sure.
see. Right, I'm sure you get these like briefings from your military people all the time. Anyways, so the North Sea is one of the most densely shipped areas in the world. Not only do we have the major seaports in the North Sea, but we have also the cruise traffic to the Baltic via the Kiel Canal or of course via Denmark. This is actually just for illustration. It's 1 day of shipping in the North Sea at 1,000 times the speed. So, and it's based on AAS data, and so we take this data and a lot of other data, and then we come up with what we think should be the shipping routes that we need to safeguard in our maritime spatial plans, right? So this, we can't put any wind farms there, so this is a huge constraint for planning. And you can see, for example, in Germany, this is about 50% of the total.
How far? So
For the time being, for the time being.
And this shipping is, of course, not the only one. There's also marine aggregates extraction, there's fisheries, there's research, there's military uses, and all of these limit our degrees of freedom for planning. Right? So one of the major issues is also nature protection. These are the nature protection areas in force right now in the North Sea. And you can see they also constrain our degrees of freedom of planning. So, from the planner's perspective, I'd like to ask you if you can give us anything is, don't give us any more targets, don't give us any more objectives, but give us the tools to deploy the targets that we already have and give us the flexibility to find the best planning solution.
What are the major tools you would like to see more of?
I mean, to be quite honest, we would need some more flexibility on European nature protection law. Then, of course, we're not building the wind turbines, right? It's the industry that builds them, so they, in short, they'll tell you what they do, right? So, but from our point of view, it's the flexibility to say, like, for example, we have a lot of seabirds here, and they're being disturbed by wind farms, but they're also all over, right? All over the ocean, and that's the whole area of living. So it really doesn't make sense to me to say, they have to leave the German EZ, this is a problem, when they have all the space, So I think if we do like a seed-based project, right, which is a huge take, and if we do this project, then we need to look at sea-based implications and say, is this a problem for the species in the North Sea? Is this a problem for the species as a whole? And not with the rest of these in the German EZ or in the Belgian EZ.
Good. To see that
European acts, changing the European act, or
well, right now
directive, or
it comes down to the to the Habitats Directive, thank you.
okay.
And we have the environmental omnibus right now already, and there is some promising wording towards that incidental disturbance will not be disturbed, and that I think help us quite a lot. So you say it's okay to disturb this if you have some mitigation measures in mind, right? Then I think that'll be fine.
interesting to see that as well.
Yeah.
Proper activity going on. Exactly. So good to see that. Good information.
Yes, and I do want to say it's a brilliant cooperation between the Netherlands, Denmark, and Germany, especially the issue with all this
Have there been serious accidents?
for wind farms, no. But on the end, if you will, is small. Like we don't have any wind farms yet. We don't have the best structure. It's kind of hard to tell, but we do our best.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. In the
Hello.
Well, this is the last station. Excellencies, Prime Ministers, Bundeskanzler. The growth of offshore wind energy certainly keeps the maritime safety authorities busy. My name is Robbie Donner. I'm the head of the Central Command for Maritime Safety Operations. This is the operation authority for coordinating any major incident at sea. When a serious incident at sea happens, the Havarie Commando takes over command and control of any assets of the federal state and the state nations of Germany. We have direct access to the helicopters, planes and ships of any other institution. Some of our most important assets are, of course, this most very powerful multi-purpose ship, the Norway. We're standing right now here at the called on-scene coordinator workstation. This is where the work happens if there is an accident at sea. One of our on-scene coordinators will be flown in by a helicopter and will take over the coordination of all assets on site. We know offshore wind energy is growing, and we want to make sure that both the energy infrastructure but also shipping stays safe. Therefore, on a regular basis, we practice what to do if anything goes wrong in a wind farm. Here you can see the Neuwerk doing a major multi-dimensional exercise last summer in a wind farm in the North Sea. We practice oil spill, towing assistance, but also a fire and a mass incident casualties in a wind farm. But of course, our work is not limited to offshore wind farms. Our priorities are protecting human lives, the environment, and the lifelines of economy. When maritime transport routes are disrupted, we want to clear them quickly. Among other things, the Norway support emergency.
It's not live? Oder? Schiff, ne? Ja, cool. Ja, ja. Jetzt können wir wieder fahren. Das war der Pool.
Kommt der Rest? When the rest come? Sorry? When it's the and all the other people. You do that?
It's mine.